Hi, so just wanted to share a little bit tonight, bits and pieces of our life. Um, and it's Sunday night, and I meant to do this Friday, and I got busy, and then I meant to do it yesterday, and I got busy, and I really didn't have my stuff together and couldn't get it right every time I tried. And so today I've actually done this video outside earlier, but erased it because I got sidetracked. So I'm going to try again. Last time before the week starts. But I wanted to share something that happened today that just really got me thinking. And it's just something simple, but I like to jog and run, or jog and walk. I'm not a runner, believe you me, I'm not fast at all. But I do like to jog and walk, and then my husband likes to golf, and we like to, when occasionally we'll do it on Sunday afternoon if we don't have other things to do. And so today we went to church, and it was really good service, and then we grabbed something to eat, and we came home, and I wanted to go walk and jog, and he wanted to go play golf. But we were just sitting around the house because our app on our phones, our weather app, told us that it was going to rain. And so it actually showed rain starting at 11 o'clock this morning throughout the whole day. It still has not rained here yet. Just side note. But we've been expecting it all day. So we get back here and we're sitting around, and I said, I'm going to go for a walk or jog. I got dressed to go do that. And we were back and forth, should we go, should we not? Looks like it's going to rain any minute. The clouds are gathering. Looks like it could start any minute. We finally decided to just take a chance. I said, what's the worst thing that can happen? We'll come back home. We'll get back in the car, come back home. So I'll walk on the treadmill, which is not quite as enjoyable, but I'm thankful to have the treadmill. However, that's what, that would be what happened if we get out there and it's raining and, So we go. And I'm able to get my jog in. I'm able to actually walk some extra miles. He's able to do 9 holes of golf, which is what he paid for because he said, it's going to rain. And so we only have, a window of time. And we got all that done, and we came home, and it still hadn't rained. It looked like it's going to rain any minute. When it got dark this evening, it still looked like any minute it was going to be a downpour. But it never did. And while I was walking, I just got to thinking, what if we hadn't have? What if we had sat on the couch and I didn't go for my run, he didn't go golfing? That's what we really wanted to do for this afternoon. It makes us feel better, just kind of gets us out and makes us feel, I don't know. For me, it's private time for me to kind of decompress from everything else and kind of, I pray during that time, I sing during that time, lots of things. It just it really gives me peace. I think golfing for him gives him exercise and also kind of decompress from everything else. And so I was just thinking how many times, so when I was walking, I was thinking, well, what if we hadn't, we would have missed out on this time that we both really enjoyed. And when we got back in the car on the way home, he said, I'm so glad we did that. I'm glad we, went on even with the forecast because it's still not raining. And I said, I know, I'm so thankful that we did. And I don't know, my wheels are just turning, but how many times does God lay something on our heart to do for him? So that was the physical realm. That was just an everyday, thing that not a big deal if we hadn't have done it, but we felt better after doing it, and just felt good that we had actually been able to do it even though they were calling for rain. But how many times in our spiritual walk with the Lord, does He nudge us to do something, or ask us to do something, lay something on our heart? Maybe it's something simple. Reach out to somebody, call somebody, pray for somebody. I don't know. Maybe it's something big, something that the Lord's laid on your heart, something big. But how many times do we let the storms of life, even the forecast of storms, rain, winds, stop us from doing what He's asked us to do? And in doing that, how many times do we miss out on a blessing that He has for us? Not just for us, but maybe He's going to bless somebody through us. And how many times do we miss out because we look at the forecast? Maybe in our lives it's what people are going to say about us. Or, maybe He lays something on your heart to do and you feel like nobody's going to understand or want to do that with you. I don't know what it is, but how many times do we let those thoughts, of what others think or say about us or about whatever we're doing, stop us from doing the very thing that He wants us to do? And in doing that, we lose out on the blessing He has for us, but not just for us, but for someone else. Example, like if He lays somebody on your heart to call and you're like, well, I haven't talked to this person in forever. Why would I call them? So you don't do it. Or you do it and you find out, whoever you call, they're going through a really hard time and maybe they're really down and maybe they feel like nobody cares. We all go through that. And just, your call uplifts their spirits. So how many times do we just shrug off something that He lays on our heart to do for Him? We are His hands and feet. And so on the earth today. And so He moves through us for others. And so how many times do we turn Him down and we miss out? I know for me, I'm sure it's a lot of times, worried about somebody saying something, somebody thinking I'm crazy, whatever it is. Even doing these, constantly have these thoughts of nobody, really, okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. It's what the Lord thinks. And so if He lays something in your heart, I just want to encourage you to press through the storm, press through the winds, the rain, or even the forecast. If you tell your idea of what you want to do for somebody or whatever to someone and they're like, oh no, that's not possible. Well, yes, it is possible. The Lord laid it on your heart. And so don't let other people, what they say or what they think, stop you from working for the Lord, or doing something for Him, because you don't want to miss out on the blessings He has for you. And the only scripture I have to go with that is Hebrews 10:35. So do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what He has promised. For in just a little while, He who is coming will come and will not delay. But my righteous one shall live by faith. And if he shrinks back, my soul has no pleasure in him. But we are not of those who shrink back and are destroyed. We are of those who have faith, persevere their souls. So just persevere and don't let the winds and the rain stop you from your blessing. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll be back on another day. God bless.